was very intentional about building back home because now that I'm into marriage, at some point I want to be a mother. So where will my kids stay when they come back home in Africa? One of my greatest inspiration in this life is the humble beginning that we came from. You know, people have known us today, Dee Mwango, oh Marwa, oh this family. We grew up in a very, very humble family. I used to have this small, tiny room. It was the kitchen. I would sleep in the same room, and it used to rain so much. And my mom would always tell me, you know what, I want you to work so hard. I want in future, I want you to cook on gas, not like how I'm struggling.
I think you've been to almost 80 countries. What is the biggest misconception about Africa, and what would you want people to know about Africa?
Personally, I've been there, and when they ask you, where are you from in Africa? Oh, so many lions, is it safe over there? The media has portrayed Africa to be something different that it's not. They'll tell you it's not safe, there's no water. Africa is the future. It's such a beautiful continent to be. We have the best weather. To me, Africa is the paradise.
Today, Dee Mwango is building a multi-million shilling villa in her village. But if you met her years ago, you probably wouldn't have imagined this would be her story. She grew up in a home that had very little. She remembers sleeping on the floor, watching her parents do everything they could to provide for the family, and dreaming of a life that looked very different from the one she knew. Then YouTube happened. A platform she barely understood at the time ended up changing her life. It opened doors she never imagined, took her to more than 80 countries, introduced her to different cultures and different ways of living, and gave her opportunities that once felt impossible. But somewhere along that journey, something changed. Instead of believing that success meant leaving home behind, Dee began to appreciate home even more. She realized that after everything she had seen around the world, one of the greatest investments she could ever make was right where her story began. Today, she has given so much back to her parents, and she's now investing millions of shillings in the same village that raised her. Not because the village represents her past, but because she believes it also represents the future. She is passionate about changing the way young people think about rural life. She wants people to stop seeing the village as a place to escape from and start seeing it for what it truly is. A place full of opportunities, a place where families can build wealth, preserve their identity, and create something that lasts for generations. In this conversation, Dee opens up about the journey that has shaped the woman she is today. She also speaks candidly about losing love and finding love again, navigating hate and criticism in the public eye, and why she believes that if you want to move forward in life, you must learn to completely block out the noise and stay focused on your own path. I hope this conversation inspires you as we continue to reclaim our identity through the soil. Let's listen in.
Hello guys, hope you're doing good. My name is Dee Mwango, and I'm a content creator from here in Kenya. I love saying Mama Africa, and I'm very passionate about traveling around the world. I've been doing that for the past 5 years. I've been to almost 80 countries around the world, and currently where we are right now is my first villa, still under construction, and it's a pleasure to have Lynn today.
Finally made it to this wonderful village.
Thank you.
I mean, what you guys are doing here is absolutely amazing. Had a beautiful conversation with your brother yesterday, Marwa, and I feel like he's one of the greatest inspirations when it comes to the content creation sector. And now to finally just sit here with you, this space and this home that you're building, it's an honor. But maybe before we start our conversation, we have a theme for the season. It's called Reclaiming Our Identity Through the Soil. What does that mean for you?
To me, that means making sure you have something on your own in Africa or in Kenya, where we are right now. Make sure at least you have something you call yours.
Yes.
To keep the identity going for you and your future generation.
Yeah.
Yes.
And having traveled in so many countries, I think you've been to almost 80 countries.
Yes.
What is the biggest misconception about Africa, and what would you want people to know about Africa?
Actually, when you're out there, personally I've been there, and when they ask you, where are you from in Africa? Oh, so many lions. Is it safe over there?
Ugh.
It's crazy, you know? But the truth is, the media has portrayed Africa to be something different that it's not. They'll tell you it's not safe, there's no water. So sometimes I even make fun of it when I'm watering the plants and all that. I'm like, guys, this is juice. This is not water. We're watering our plants. You know, so they'll tell you it's so dry, there's no water. But again, looking at them, I'm like, my continent is better than yours. It's only that you don't know. So they think it's too dry, but that's not the thing. We have some places where it's deserted, yeah? But it's not the entire Africa.
Yes.
Look at where we are. It rains, it's very green and all that. So what I would want to tell the world is Africa is the future. It's such a beautiful continent to be. We have so much freedom. You know, freedom is another thing. They'll tell you you have your freedom, but you're kind of caged. But you won't realize we have so much freedom in Africa. Africa is a great place. We have the best weather. To me, Africa is the paradise. Yes. When they say end times are coming and we'll go to heaven and all that, for me, when I look at Africa, I'm like, this is the paradise. This is the promised land.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is it. And I love that today we are having a conversation in your home, which is still under progress or in progress, because a lot of people are in this stage in their life. Actually, now when someone talks to me about a foundation na slab, nakaa nasema, "Guy, let me tell you guys, if there's something that can drive you crazy during construction, it's a slab or the foundation. It takes a lot, and we will get into the villa. But I know life wasn't always this. It wasn't always you walking around this villa, you know, going to different places. How was life like for you growing up, and how did we get here?
I would say one of my greatest inspiration in this life is the humble beginning that we came from. You know, people have known us today. Dee Mwango, oh Marwa, oh this family. Some will even tell me, you guys are so privileged. And I'll tell them, tell me the privileges that I have over you. I breathe air. I go to bed walking just like you. There's no privilege. It's all about realizing what you want in life. We grew up in a very, very humble family. It's just yesterday. You know, it's 5 years down the line, what I'm talking about.
Yes.
You know, I used to have this small, tiny room. It was the kitchen. I would sleep in the same room. And it used to rain so much. Like literally, I would come with buckets to put in the, you know, when the roof has holes. And so now it's raining, you have to put the buckets so that the room doesn't get so wet. And then where my bed was, I could fold the mattress so that it could rain, so that my mattress doesn't get so wet. So it's just like yesterday. I remember my mom's kitchen, whenever it could rain, it could flood. We wake up in the morning, you know, being a girl child, you have to prepare breakfast, people have to eat. And you have to start by letting out water, first of all, okay? Then look for sand, because we used to cook on 3 stones. You look for sand, put on the ground so that you can start fire. In the evening, we are cooking with my mom in the small, smoky kitchen. It's raining. And my mom would always tell me, you know what? I want you to work so hard. I want in future, I want you to cook on gas, not like how I'm struggling here. So growing up very close to my mom, I could see things and they could really stick in my mind. And that really made me to be very disciplined even in school and realize I need to change life. I don't want to live this life. But one thing for sure, my mom made sure that we were well educated. We were never sent home for school fees. I never lacked anything to do with school. But now home. Even I remember we never used to have regular basins for taking shower. We used to have these big metal sufurias. The cows drink from there. You take shower from there. It was everything. And that's just 5 years down the line. So growing up in that environment, and it's just like yesterday, like 5 years down the line, it always reminded me things are not good. You have to work hard. You have to do better in this life. And it's possible. You know, I was just a village girl grown in the village. All I knew was church, school, school, church, church, school. I remember even in high school, I'm talking about 2015.
Yes.
My desk mates were from Nairobi. And me, I'm team village. When they're saying, oh, we're going home with inner coach, with easy coach, we're like, wow, I've never been to Nairobi. My classmates live in Nairobi. Eh? So, all that triggered something in me. It told me, you know what? It can be better. It can get good. If you only work hard and you trust in God, things will be better. So that's one of the reasons as to why I decided to dream big. I told myself, I don't want to be ordinary. All I want is to be exceptional. There's no beauty in dreaming small. Dream big. Until people will be like, she's crazy. Who does she think she is? This one is dreaming. It's really important. That will push you beyond the limits. To be like, I want to be the best. I want to have the best that I can for myself and the future generation.
I don't want to be ordinary. I want to be exceptional.
Yes.
That is such a beautiful take home for even me, myself today. All right. So dreaming big. And I'm asking this for someone who is stuck. Because sometimes it looks like toxic positivity. I'm affirming myself, I'm dreaming big, but nothing is happening.
Yes.
What do you do when you are dreaming big, but nothing is happening? There are no signs, by the way, that something good will happen. How do you keep yourself motivated to keep dreaming, even when nothing makes sense for you?
Yeah. First of all, I would say that's life. That's what makes life complete. Everybody has been there. I've been there. There was even a moment when I was in the university and even my roommate didn't want to associate with me because I was at the ground, you're too poor. I mean, there's nothing good about you. She would come with her friends. They don't associate with you. They have groups. So everybody has been there. You're feeling stuck. Nothing is moving. No friends. You have big dreams, but you're like, how will I get there? So first of all, what I would like to say is, first of all, believe in God. I've always prayed and I knew God will kinda make a way. And one thing I always believe in, everybody, there's that one moment God will give you in life.
Yes.
There's always that one chance that will come. But then it depends on how you take it. Sometimes you may not realize and then it just goes. Or you may realize and it changes your whole life.
Okay.
So when it comes to dreaming big but still things are so stuck, what I would say is just look around you. Look for the slightest opportunity. Is it work? Is it that you are talented and you can offer something to the society? Just something, because I believe even faith without action is dead.
Yeah.
You have to do something. So you can't just sit and you're dreaming big and you're just crying in your room. You're like, oh my God, things. Look for the slightest opportunity. Even sometimes you can even offer to volunteer just to learn a skill. You're like, because I want to be the best chef in town, maybe I could volunteer to this hotel just to keep going, to keep learning. I think in today's society, we are too much money-minded. When you tell somebody, come and volunteer, work and get a skill, they'll tell you, no.
How much?
Pay me, how much? But again, you don't see what this will build for you in future. Like people travel around the world by just volunteering. And in the process, you may meet someone, you may have a conversation, this one chance may come, and then it could be your breakthrough. So have the courage to talk to God every single day. Look around. What is it that you can do? God has gifted everybody differently. Everybody is unique. Don't look at yourself and you're like, there's nothing good I can offer to the world.
Yeah.
There is something.
There is something. And you are here for a reason.
You are unique. You are special.
Love that. Look for the signs around you. Something is working. You are alive. You woke up. You woke up. But interesting, you mentioned that, you were in uni. What did you study in uni? And also, what was that one chance for you that you knew, this is my chance, by the way, in life? Kaende, this is my chance in life.
Yeah, I started as a teacher.
Oh, okay.
Right now, even
Teacher Dee?
Yeah, and I remember. Yeah, but I just want to thank God for how everything just unfolded.
Yes.
Because being born and raised in the countryside is another thing also, whereby if you lack exposure, you could be so talented, you could be so good at something. But again, sometimes you just need a sign around you. You need somebody to tell you, you know what, you're so good at this.
Yeah.
Lynn, do you know you're so talented? You can do this, you can do that. It will give it a try. So I was so good in school. Yeah, so I managed to go to university direct. Primary, I passed so well. So while at uni, I was studying as a teacher.
Yeah.
I was even doing my teaching practice. But again, I really want to thank God for my brother Maro. So talking about exposure, imagine you're in uni, you don't know anything to do with social media.
Yes.
You don't know Instagram, you don't know YouTube. All I could do is go to the school Wi-Fi, download Afro cinema movies, go and watch from my phone in the hostel. And that is life.
Yes.
And that is life. So it came a point. Now my brother had just left Kenya.
Yes.
He went to Colombia as a volunteer. You see?
He
Look
told
for
us.
signs around you.
Yes.
Look for signs. So he went there. So while at uni, I could talk to my brother. And you know, being the young sister, I'm like, bro, I'm broke. Send me something. That time my brother is like, hey, have you checked out my YouTube channel? I'm like, so what is YouTube channel?
What are you talking about?
Going there, I'm like, wait, my brother is in Miami, in America. I'm like, wait, am I dreaming? How did he get himself there?
Yeah.
I started questioning. Hey, Maro is in Belize. Maro is in Jamaica. Maro is in Brazil. I'm like, what is it that he's doing? I got curious. So he told me, you know what, I'm coming home pretty soon. So I got excited and I'll tell my classmates, hey, this is my brother. He's in Los Angeles.
Subscribe.
They're like, you have a crush on this one? How could he be your brother and you're struggling here? We know you. So I got to a point where I don't even tell anybody.
Yes.
So I got excited. So when Mara said I'm coming back home, I was in uni by then. So he asked me, what is it that I can help you do with your life? Because this thing of send me money, I'm tired. I want to help you do something so that you can be financially stable on your own. Guess what? Because of lack of exposure, no big dreams yet. All I think about is watching Afro cinema and going to class. And that is it. He told me, okay, I told him, maybe I'll do M-Pesa business. M-Pesa business is money transaction here in Kenya.
Yes.
So I said to myself, being a student, I think this is the easiest thing because I just sit in class. If you want to buy credit, you come to me. If you want to send money, I can do transactions for you guys while in class.
Yeah.
You can call me. You can do so much. You don't need energy to do it. It's just on phone. Mara told me, no, you do exactly what I do. For a moment, I had so many thoughts coming into my mind. So you also be traveling around the world. Wow. So you're also going to make it in life.
So you can go to Miami. You
can go to Miami. But again, you don't know how to use a laptop. You've never even had a laptop in your life. Will you manage to create content using cameras? You have zero exposure. But again, I didn't have the courage to tell my brother no. You know, when you have an elder brother, even sometimes when they tell you things you don't agree with, it takes time before you say no. You keep quiet a little bit, then you'll say no later. So I just said, okay. He said, tomorrow we're going to Nairobi. I'm going to buy you everything that you need to get started. That means a camera, a laptop, SD card, everything to do with content creation. Imagine having such a brother. That time, even Nairobi, I could still get lost. He tells me, come to Ambassador Hotel. I don't know where it is. I'm asking watchman per watchman. Where is Ambassador's Hotel? It's that building. I'm going right to meet him. So we went. He bought me everything that I needed. And then he told me, you now go to school. Take care of your equipment. You know how university is. Take care of your equipment. What I want you to do is let YouTube be your teacher. If you have any questions, go on YouTube. That will be your teacher. That's the teacher I'm leaving you with. And the same day he flew back to his travels. So me, I went back to school. But while we were at home, he showed me, hey, this is my YouTube channel. These are the videos that I create and all that. That's all I knew. Zero editing skills, nothing. I've never been on camera like myself recording, never. So I went back to school, excited. At the back of my mind, I'm like, at least now I'll be watching my Afro cinemas on a laptop. You know, that's an upgrade. Having a laptop in university is such an upgrade. And also when you come from where even laptop was just a dream, and then your brother comes, gets you this. I went, I was very excited. I tried editing my first video. I published. And then I continued like that. But again, you know, every journey is difficult. Most of content creation where nobody knows you. Nobody. So my brother gave me that chance to grow on my own. He said, you keep creating videos. But then, because I see you're really struggling, every video you make, I'll be paying you $10. Every weekend is your payday. Now I'm motivated, you know, in university where people do nails, hair, I need money for the weekend and all that. So I told myself, you know what? Now I have a source of income. I started putting videos. Some days I'll do 7 videos out of 7. So that's like $70. Guess what? My brother will be so impressed. Some days he'll spoil me with $500 clean.
Oh.
I would be like, oh my God, what a huge amount of money. Where do I even start from? So I told myself, because I want to be like my brother, I'll use part of this money to travel. So that time I was already doing my teaching practice.
Yes.
So during halftime, like now, I would be in the buses going to Uganda, Tanzania.
Documenting.
To create videos. Because now I know I have a source of income. I'm so motivated.
Yeah.
I'm in the buses creating content. So the moment I got monetized, my brother was so happy for me. He told me, you know what, I'm so proud of you because this, to me, it's a sign of relief to myself because now I know my sister will be financially stable if you keep putting in the work. And now the world is yours.
Yes.
So that's $0.21 that I made on the first day. So money coming into my account. I told myself, so that means I can have any amount I want according to my hard work from content creation. So that's that one turning point that I realized.
That was your chance.
This is it. So while at school, I worked so hard on my content creation, knowing I'm waiting to finish and travel around the world.
Yes.
I was already traveling. During half terms and all these breaks from school, I'll take flights around Africa, traveling, coming back to school. I started looking at life very differently. I was like, you know what? I'm here for a short period of time and I already know what I want to do. So I even put more effort on my personal work. Now that is content creation, knowing I'm not going to look for employment. Because how many people do we have from school but no jobs?
Yes.
So many people. A chance will be announced. We need maybe a cashier to work in a restaurant, and how many people will turn out? So all these realities made me realize what I want to do in life, what I want to do in future. So that was the turning point of everything. Yes.
Oh man, how was that? The first payment from YouTube, how was that like? And maybe if you're okay saying, how much was it and what did it mean?
To be honest, when you're starting content creation, you know how it is.
Yes.
No support. And you know, one thing about my brother, looking back, that I really appreciate, he wasn't sharing my videos for me to get views in the name of, this is my sister. He came and found I'm already monetized. I'm almost 10,000 subscribers. I'm already making an earning for myself. The first money that I withdrew, you know, YouTube can only pay you after you at least make $100.
Yes.
Less than that, they cannot give you. So the first $100 that I made, that's the first withdrawal. And this was accumulation of
so
some
many
months.
months.
Like 3-4 months for that $100.
Yeah.
And you know, by that time, being so broken, you know, even 10,000 is a lot of money.
A
You
lot.
look at it and you're like, oh, wow.
Yes.
I remember I was so much excited. I took part of the money and reinvested back in what I do. I remember I got myself some better SD cards. That time I was even filming with a Canon camera like what you're having, but it was a bit bigger.
Yes.
So it was kind of, you know, the attention filming in Africa. People are like, why are you taking our pictures? Why are you filming?
Why do you have
us?
such a big camera?
Yeah, so it was kind of a little bit hard for me. So now I switched to filming with my phone so that people could be easy on me.
Yes.
So it's like, you know what, these are $100. I'll just buy an extra SD card for my videos. That time I had that phone that you have to put an SD card.
Yes.
So I bought that, and then I was excited. I printed my t-shirt and wrote my name on it, Dee Mwango and YouTube. And some of it, you know, here and there, being a lady. And that's how it ended. That was my first $100.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh man. So, you know, I'm looking at you. You are walking us through reinvesting back, you know, taking some of the money and taking it back to the business, branding yourself, Dee Mwango and YouTube. And I feel like that is something people forget to do. You get the money and it's more like, what car can I buy now? Where can I? And I feel like sometimes it's difficult to grow if you are not putting some money back to the business, and also you are not positioning yourself. So kudos for that.
Thank you.
So here you are now, you start traveling across the world. Walk me through that experience. How was it like for you? And maybe share some of the ups and downs from your travel experience.
Yeah. So one thing I started was traveling within East Africa. I'm a Kenyan. So I started by going to Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, by road. It's possible. You don't need millions of money to travel around the world. You just need to start. So I started by road, going to these countries, trying to make content, navigating, seeing what can I do and all that. So my first flight was actually from Uganda to Rwanda. It was during COVID. Hey, I see myself even how I was dressed that day and everything. I was so much excited. COVID was at the peak. You have to do tests and all this. Now this was my first flight from Uganda to Rwanda.
Yeah.
I was so much excited being on a flight, paid by myself, my own money. You know, that's kind of feeling like, wow, now finally I'm doing it. So I started from my first flight from Uganda to Rwanda. Then from Rwanda, I took another flight to Ghana.
Yeah.
Now I'm in West Africa. It was such a thrilling experience. Now I could see myself growing. Now I could see my dreams becoming a reality through hard work. You know, content creation, you really have to go hard. People think it's just a thing of holding camera and saying, hey guys, and then that's it. For you to be even paid, you have to put a lot of energy. Sleepless nights, you sleep so late, wake up so early.
The editings, oh God.
You are tired, but still you're like, you know what, nothing is easy. And I thank God the fact that I got to grasp some life realities, like nothing is easy. Everything is hard. I always tell myself that life is already hard, but choose your hard. I always remind myself of such facts about life. So I started traveling in Africa, so much in Africa. You know, Africa is visa-free for we Kenyans. Some countries, not all countries,
in some countries.
Even Ghana, going there, I still had to do some applications online and all that.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting that exposure. I can do research for myself. I could just go on internet and say, visa-free countries for Kenyan passport holders. I get a list. I sit down and say, okay, I think I can go here, I can go this and this and this and this. So in Africa, I've been to a number of countries. In East Africa, all the countries. In West Africa, Ghana, Senegal, yes. And then in Southern, South African countries, I've been to Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Namibia. I've done a good number of African countries. Yeah. So that was to give me exposure. And also collecting the stamps. You know, there's what we call travel history when you're traveling. When you are at the immigration, they look at you, look at your passport, they open and see
the stamps.
I think it's just for them to know, like, is she well traveled? Is she coming? Is this the first country? For them to see or determine the questions they're going to ask you. So my aim was to collect as much stamps as I can, because this helps the immigration officers to build confidence in you.
Yes.
So I collected so much in Africa. Then I told myself, now I need to go to Asia. So I started traveling in Asia. I went to, the first country was India. I was so happy. I went to India, I went to Nepal, I went to Philippines, a good number of Asian countries, Malaysia, Singapore, Sri Lanka. Some of them I can't even just remember them within just a second. So that's how I started gathering my travel confidence by myself. That time I only have my backpack.
Yes.
I'm going. And at some point, it was even difficult to travel in these African countries, because you get to the immigration, they hold you and ask you, what have you come to do? You have to express yourself. How many days are you going to stay? You have to express yourself, And then you ask yourself, I'm in Africa, but still traveling in Africa, you still need visas for other countries. Some, they could even hold you for even 30 to 40 minutes, depending, to let you in or not. But I told myself, you know what? We have to keep going.
Yeah.
I always told myself nothing worse that can happen as long as I'm breathing. Even if they don't let me in,
you can always come back home.
I can always go back home. I'm not afraid of going home. But somehow God saw me through. Then that's how I started. Then later on, I now applied for my Schengen visa. First Schengen visa, now I want to go to Europe.
Yes.
After traveling a lot in Asia now, Philippines, you name all those countries. So I told myself, I've been in Africa, I've been in Asia, now I want to go to Europe. And one thing for sure I've come to realize about how the world works in terms of traveling is, it depends where you come from and how much money do you have with you. The world is open for those with money. The world is open. All they want to know is, can you take care of yourself while here?
Yes.
Will you afford going back to your country? Or you've come to be a burden on the streets? Or you've come to look for employment? Also, when you're traveling as a tourist, there are many types of visas. Maybe you're a student, that's different. Maybe you're married in those countries, that's different. But when you're traveling as a tourist, it's even strict because they want to know, will you take care of yourself? Also, when you're an African, having your Kenyan passport and you want to go to Europe, they first look at you and they have so many doubts.
Yeah.
I got my first visa, Schengen visa to Europe. I couldn't believe it. I remember I prayed. I used to tell God, as I'm waiting for the results, I want to see your hand. And sure enough, God answered the prayers. So I went to Europe. And you know, Europe, once they give you one, for example, let's say when you apply for one country, let's say you want to go to Germany.
Yeah.
One visa covers the entire Schengen region, over 20 countries. Right now, I think there are almost even 30 because more countries are joining Schengen. I was so excited. So going to Europe was a dream come true. I couldn't believe it. Just having that visa of Europe in your passport, it means a lot.
Yeah.
And that's 90 days. You know, that's a lot of time. I went to Europe. I was excited, spent 3 months. I traveled. My aim was explore the world and create more videos. Explore the world and create more videos. And you know, when you're from Africa, you tell yourself, even if they don't let me in tomorrow, I should be comfortable enough to say, I've been in Europe. I've been to this and this and this country.
Yeah.
I went. I worked so hard. And you know, life in Europe is expensive. It is expensive. By then, even if you are capable of taking care of yourself, because you know I want to be there for 3 months, I was still traveling on a budget.
Yes.
Sleeping in hostels, that's another affordable way of traveling. Somebody will think of hostels and they think it's a pathetic thing to do. No, it's not. Most in Europe, the beds are so neat.
Yes.
Spread by
Comfy.
white bed sheets, very clean, like cleanliness is top notch.
Okay.
So it was very good for me to travel on a budget. I explored all the countries as much as I could. I think over 16 countries within 90 days.
Yeah.
You just take trains and you know, there are no borders. It's like you're here and you are in another town. That's
Yes.
Europe.
Yeah.
You are in France, you are in France, you are in Germany, just like that. It's quick and easy. So that's how I started gathering my travel confidence. And then I went to the Caribbean. No, and then I applied for UK visa while in Europe.
Yeah.
Now it's even easier because you are just right there. So one of the tips is when you get an opportunity to travel to these countries, try to look for visas while around there. It's more easier. So because that time I was in Netherlands, and you know, UK is just around there, and UK is not part of Schengen region.
Yes.
I applied for UK visa. I got it.
Good.
How many years? 3 good years. I was like, God, thank you. Now I'm gathering my traveling history. I'm excited. Now I can even go to the UK. So I told myself, if I can go to the UK, now I want to go to the Caribbean. I went to Jamaica.
Yes.
Hey, the Caribbean is just like Africa. Lovely people, warm people. And then along the way, God sends you destiny helpers.
Okay.
Guys, you meet people for a reason. It's not by coincidence. God knows why.
Yes.
And he knows what it will lead to. So some people meet them for a lesson. Some of them are
For a
destiny helpers. Some of them, you just never know. So I remember I was in Jamaica and I met this one lady. Her name was Esther. So we became friends and we could spend much of the time together hanging out as ladies. She could even host me in her house. Then one evening, I told her, my dream is to go to the US, but now even visa application in Kenya, you know how it is.
Yes.
It's even hard to get just an appointment. So I told her, I'm very confident I'll get this visa,
But
I just need the opportunity to apply and try my luck. Hey, kumbe God had connected us for a reason. I just told her like that. And she was working as, how do you call this? She was working in this IT section in a school where she was doing visa applications for this school when they want to visit other countries.
Wow.
Like now the US. So now she told me, I can do for you the application. But then we went on the computer, checked, there's no vacancy for applying.
Yes.
They were all booked, and you know, they released them in sections. So she told me, I'll keep checking. If I find it,
I'll let you know.
I'll let you know. guys, one day, now I was in Grenada. I woke up, I prayed. And the first call, I saw it was her call. I picked up and she told me, you know what, Dee? I got a chance. I already did the application for you. Everything. I've even paid. What you need to do is come back. You'll repay me back. Come back because it's in 3 days. You need to go for the interview. I couldn't believe it. Immediately, I booked the flight.
Back to Jamaica.
Quick. She had did everything for me. We even went together when I was going for the interview. But you know, you go alone. You leave them outside the gate, then you go alone. Because we were close friends, she knew everything about me. I had told her, she knows my travel history. So she did the application so good. But look, this is somebody that I never even knew I would meet ever in my life. A complete stranger. So we went. She left me. I went in because they're so strict. Only those who are supposed to be interviewed that day are the ones who go in.
Yes.
I went there, sat. You know, the way they do the US interview is so fun. You can tell whether you've got it or not. They don't tell you, wait for results. And you can easily tell if somebody has got it or not because you can just see how they're walking out with their passports. So I could see people coming out with their passports. I'm like, oh my God, these ones have been denied.
Yeah.
Because if they have approved, they stay with they keep your passport because they have to stick the visa on it. So I was just sitting there telling God, this is the day. I need to see your hand again. You've never let me down. And now this is the big visa that I'm waiting for. I went, guess what? The first question, because you know, you've already did your interview and what the person sees on the screen is the information you gave.
Yes.
And they have already gone through your profile. They know this is Lynn. This is what she does. She approximately earns this money. They already have a preview of who you are. So you're going there just for them to counter check if what you're saying is what they know about you. And no lying. Traveling really taught me to just say nothing but the truth. Outside there, no sugarcoating. You have to call a spoon or a spade a spade. So he asked me, what do you want to go to do in the US? I said vacation. How long? I said 2 weeks. What do you do for your living? I'm a content creator. How much do you make approximately a month? I gave. And you know, when you're a content creator, you know Google is under which country.
Yes.
So you cannot lie.
They know.
They already know my YouTube channel.
Statistics.
They already see what I do. They already have the statistics. You cannot lie. So I said the truth because that's what they have. And that time I'm prepared. I even have my bank statements just in case they say, sure, I have them with me. So, and that's it. And then they said, approved. We'll let you know when to collect your passport. I was like, God,
US,
thank you. God, thank you. I was so happy. And I was given the visa. Even now, if I want to go to the US, I just pack my bags because I have my visa valid.
And
you
just
can
just go.
So what I would like to say, if you're dreaming about going to the US, it's possible, but do your research. You can do it you yourself. You don't need anybody in between. But then when it comes to work, it's different.
Yes.
Maybe there's an agency that they connect people with work. Now that's different. But traveling around the world as a tourist, just do your research, apply online, go for the interview, and wait for the decision.
Yes. Thank you for that. What would you say has been the highlight of your travel, and also what has also been the most heartbreaking part during your travel?
It depends how people see life, and that's what I always tell people. For me, the highlight of my travels is just being in a position whereby you only know you have God and yourself. You're in a foreign country where you don't even understand the language. I'm in Spain, they speak Spanish. Everything is new, people are new. No relative. At least some people have relatives in abroad. For me, all my relatives are here in the village. So the highlight of my travels is just being open-minded, being ready to learn, having a positive mindset. You know, being an African and you are now in the West, let's say everybody now is white and you are standing out and people are looking at you. You know, Lynn, there's somebody who, for example, you'll see people looking at you and you'll be like, these people are racist. Why are they looking at me like that? Maybe they admire your hair. Maybe your dress is good.
Maybe
your skin
my
is glowing.
Skin is glowing.
But somebody will be like, these people are so racist. Look at how they look at me. You know what I mean? And just a small thing will make them feel like people are so bad. So being positive in life really goes a long way. Being positive. And I would say one of the most challenging parts in my travels To me, I would say so far, none.
Wow.
Apart from just the waiting period of the visas.
Yes.
Because sometimes you have to wait. There's nothing you can do. It's their country. It's you who wants to go there.
It's their rules.
If they tell you wait,
you will wait.
there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You have to wait.
Yes.
There's nothing like, oh, make it quicker. There's nothing like make it quicker. You have to wait.
Yeah.
That's the only challenge when now you want to go and you're like, oh my God, they're taking longer. But again, it teaches you patience. You have to be patient enough to wait.
I love your positive outlook
But
towards
generally,
life. Yeah.
people are good.
Yeah. Good. I think I want to go deeper because, of course, I want to get to this beautiful home that you are building and just share some tips, especially around construction, right?
Yeah.
But talk about love because I know, let's talk about love, baby.
Yeah.
I know you have found love and you have also lost love,
Yes.
but you are a firm believer in love. Could you
Yes.
walk me through that?
Guys, as you know, life is life.
Yeah.
And I always tell people who watch me on my audience, I'm just like you. It's only that you see me every day on your TV.
Yes.
But I'm human just as you are. I have my own challenges just as you have yours. They could be different, but I'm also human at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Although you want to judge me, you want to tell me how I'm not good at this, how I'm not good at that, which is normal. But at the end of the day, I'm also human just like you. But at the same time, I would want to say I really have an amazing audience that keep me going. So in terms of finding love, one thing for sure, after I started traveling around the world, I always told myself I would like to be married somewhere outside Africa. For reasons being, I want also to explore other cultures. I can't just be born in this village and get married to my neighbor there and then we give birth, then our kids are just there.
Yes.
I want also to learn how to cook different types of food. I want also my kids in future, for example, if it works out, I want them to also have a second home.
Yes.
I want them to have a chance to go outside and see how the world looks like. So I always knew I wanted to find love from outside.
Yeah.
But again, you may want something so bad, but God has the final say. As much as you want it to work out so bad, but God looks at you and is like,
say,
this is not what you want.
That's not my plan.
So yeah, just like any other lady, I always knew I want to be in love, I want to be married, I want to be a family person. But then along the way, some relationships don't work and some work. And people will judge you so much when one doesn't work. Not, they judge you like they have never been through the
heartbreaks,
same,
and breakups.
Yeah. So they would want you to feel like it's only you going through this kind of type of thing, like a heartbreak. It's like them, they have nothing that has never worked out. So they will judge you so much. So I remember the first international relationship or love that I ever found was in Philippines. Then it didn't work out as I wanted. I really wanted it to work out, but I think was not meant for me. And of course, you know how heartbreaks are.
Yeah.
You feel bad. You're like, oh my God, I wanted this to work out. And more so when it's public, when people want to laugh, when they want to judge, they want to point fingers, I'd tell you how, they will tell you everything and they will judge you. Most of those of us who now are having like partners from other continents, they'll be like, you have your own reasons. But majorly when it comes to me, they always tell me like you are running away from poverty, you want them to save you, and for me I always remind them, check my history. I'm not somebody who's being collected from the streets. I've had my life, I'm putting my life together, although it's not perfect, but I am trying. So that relationship didn't work out. They judged me, they talked all kind of things, but then I didn't give up. So I took a break from that, took my time, kept on traveling, chasing my dreams, building myself. And along the way, I found love again. Now this time round in Europe. Yeah, unfortunately today my husband is not here. If only I knew you were coming, maybe he could be around. Because currently he's traveling around East Africa. Right now he's traveling there. So I found love.
I saw him in TZ.
Yes. Right now he's even in Rwanda already. So I found love again in Poland. It's working out. I never saw it coming like that quick. We met and then within a short period, but before we met, I had traveled so much around the world. I got to a point that I was tired. I remember this time I was from Belize. From Belize, I passed through the US and then I came back home. That was last year, January.
Yeah.
That was 2020 what? 2025. January. So I was back home in Africa. Now asking myself, I've traveled so much, I'm kind of exhausted.
Yes.
I think I want to do something a little bit different. That doesn't mean I've stopped traveling, I'll come back. But again, I think I'm so exhausted because it was kind of a little bit too much. You know, when you do something over and over and over and over, sometimes you just need to rest a little bit.
Yes.
So I was like, now I need something different. I came back home. I asked myself, now what am I going to do? So that time, of course, I was still single. I came back home and I moved out. I went to live at the coast in Mombasa because I love the beach and all that. So I was there navigating, thinking every day, meditating, what can I do? And I just had one thought. I told myself, I think now it's time to start building. So I have my brother, I always listen to him so much. Like, I love his guidance. And at the end of the day, I look back and appreciate and smile. So my brother told me, I think you're still young. Start something like a holiday home for your future generation. When they come back to Africa, start with home. Then you'll get the experience. You'll know what it takes even to start a foundation. You'll know what it takes to own land. You'll know so many things. So you just start by home and then we'll keep moving and advancing. Life is not ending today. So I had bought this land where we are right now, but not big as it is right now. It was ending right where this house is. I had to buy it now. So I was, let me get back to the love story. So I was there, I was reading a lot of books, navigating through life and my thoughts, and then I could tell God, I think I'm ready for a relationship. It has been a while now, like 3 years, 4 years down the line. Now I think I'm kind of ready. So I'll just pray over it and be like, God, you know best. So I'm just waiting for that time. Then it happened that I had met my current husband before, actually. So, and then we got back together. We just picked up the conversation and all that because we had initially met and I had just came home. And so I was just there, not thinking much. And then boom, we started talking. From one conversation of, hello, how are you doing? Everything was so quick. Within less than a month, he was in Kenya. He came. We had a good time, traveled around in Kenya. We came back home. We visited my parents and all that. That time, I wasn't saying like, okay, now I have a husband. You know, you just met, now you thinking about it. Will it work out for us? So he came and then he went. He stayed for a month and then he went back to Europe. So now I'm left here. And that time, my thought of developing myself was still in my mind. And that was the time when I came and bought this other piece of land. I told myself, now I think I need a project. I'm still not ready to travel. I need to start construction. I need something. And the time is now. So I started, just like a joke, building the house that we are right now in. So I started the foundation and all that. I was trying, it was hectic. And then we had already planned me going to Europe to visit. So I looked for my visa, I got it because now I'm well-traveled. You know, when you're well-traveled, getting visas is easier. When they see you've been to Europe not once, not twice. It was my third time going there. They see you have other valid visas, the US, the UK. They have no problem with you. They feel, she has so many choices. So this one we can let her in. By God's grace, they let me in. I went there to visit. I told myself, I'll be there, just visit him for a short period, then travel a little bit and come back to my project. Little did I know that was the turning point of everything. I went as a tourist, I was there. So days are moving. I know when my days are about to be finished, I have to leave because I don't want to be blacklisted and to be told you'll never come back. I still want to travel the world. So I was there before my time was over. He proposed and I was so surprised. But again, me being with family, you know, sometimes you need to know where you are going. Every day I live with him in the same house. And that time We weren't even traveling. We were just in the house most of the time because of the weather. The weather was extreme winter.
Yes.
So every day we're waking up in the same place. The mother is there, the relatives and everybody. I just had a feeling the family is very good and very nice. Up to date they are.
Yeah.
So we stayed, he proposed. I said yes. It was such a happy moment. We did our wedding while there. No family, nobody present. You know, one thing with me, I believe some journeys are personal.
Yes.
Some journeys are personal in this life. So I told myself, this is something that I'm committing myself into. And you know how it is when you want to travel to abroad, to Europe. This is me going. My mother, it's a different case. My brother, it's a different case. They have to come here by themselves, on their own. And still, when you are there, I'm still not capable to invite them to come over. I'm still there as a tourist. So I said to myself, I know it's impossible right now, but I think I'm still going to make it happen because I've been waiting for this day.
moment.
I want to be in this journey intentionally. So we got married. The civil wedding was so good. It was like, wow. So this is how it's being done. The attorney who did our wedding was so nice.
Yeah.
We had some challenges. You know, before getting married, you have to put some paperwork together. Now I'm in Europe. I need paperwork from Kenya to come all the way.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but kind of God made it happen. Wow, I've really seen the hand of God. This God of mine has never ashamed me. I got the paperwork done, shipped all the way to Poland. So earlier, before the wedding date, now you have to make appointments.
Yes.
Go, they look at your papers to see if everything is legit, then you appoint the date. So we had gone to look for the appointment previously, and unfortunately the lady who we had gone to meet was not in the office. So we met an assistant. So the assistant happened to go through our paperwork and everything was okay. We went back home. In the next 2 days, we were supposed to go back now to schedule the wedding date because it was weekend in between. Guess what? We have another dog there called Isaac. He ate our paperwork. And we're getting married in like a week. I mean, this is one of the nightmares that I'll never forget in my life.
Isaac! I didn't see
Like, it's up to date, I still sit and think of that day. You know what happened? You know, as a content creator, I was documenting the journey. So I took the papers, made a video. I was also trying to make a video telling people, if you want to get married here, these are the paperwork you need.
Then
I had finished and I forgot to put some on the table.
Then Isaac showed
went to the next room to eat the paperwork. So me, I was on bed talking to one of my friends.
Why was Isaac doing Isaac? You didn't want our girl getting married or what?
Listen, I was on bed talking to one of my friends. You know when you're getting married and you just want to tell some of your private friends. So I was excited. I'm like, you know what, Gatti, I'm getting married in 2 days. I'm so much excited. Tomorrow we're just taking the paperwork for them to certify, but we already have the date. Then when I was on the call, my husband is saying, I have a problem. Ever since I met him, I've never heard this word, I have a problem. I told my friend, I will call you immediately. Hey, only to find my husband has pieces of the certificates. He has eaten them. They're into pieces.
Yes.
Oh my God. My heart dropped, sank. In my mind, I was like, I don't know how my husband will, now my fiancé by then, I don't know. Maybe he will think I'm not ready for this and I did it intentionally.
Yes.
That was what was in my mind because he had kept this paperwork far away at the top shelf. I took them by myself to do the video. I even have that video on my YouTube channel. He ironed. Where did I know you can iron papers? You put a t-shirt on top of another and then you iron with the iron box. Hey. I couldn't think of that. He did all that and he said it's gonna be okay. We did that certificate together, it was looking funny and shady at the same time. So I told myself, we are going back to the same office. But there's one person who had already seen this paperwork and it was okay. And then they'll see it. Me, I was like, I don't know, it's 50-50. Can you believe she took that paper?
Oh, dear.
She took it. Like, it's unbelievable. Our marriage certificate that we presented was an eaten 1 ton. Like literally, it still feels like a dream. Like God has been so good. Imagine such a miracle. You know, she had power to say, no, go bring another one. So we got married, and then now I kept staying, waiting for the permits. Now, you know, these countries, they are so strict. They are so strict. They don't play around. They want to see, is it real? Is it true? So I had to stay. And during my stay there, one day I was just riding my bike around and I met the immigration people. You know, Poland is one of the countries that the black population is less than 0.1%.
Yes.
Less than. So I was just riding my bicycle, and the immigration, you know, I saw people slowing down, like the car slowing down. I thought maybe they know me or something, and I got interested also. So I was happy. I was like, I will have a good episode today. There are people who are willingly ready to talk to me, and you know, that is rare over there. Everybody minds their own business. They came to me and they told me, hey, they show you first their badge. It's not like here they ambush you and tell you, no, they greet you and tell you, hey, we are so and so, and they show you their identity. Hey, I'm so and so, I'm an immigration patrol person. Can I see the documentation that you have, your passport and all that? Me, I was just having a stroll in the evening, so I told them what it is. I've just been married. I'm waiting. Everything is in process. Because everything, if it is what you say, they can even check on the internet. They have all the information in the internet. So my husband came, brought everything, our marriage certificate that we had. Of course, it was in the house, my passport. They keyed in the information and found everything is okay. So they let me go. So I stayed there for quite some time, and then I just came back last month. Yes, I came back last month back home just to continue with the progress of my villa.
Okay, and this is actually I can't wait for it to be complete.
Thank you.
But I feel like, as I said, this part is also very important because there are so many. Hata sisi tuko kwa, I think ndio tunafanya, we are doing our first lab, you know. So I know how it is and how it feels to even be in this stage. Could you walk me through what is the vision for this place, and why were you so intentional on building it here?
So I was very intentional about building back home, because now that I'm into marriage, even before getting married, this project I started when I was just single, you know, we were just dating. I started building this house. I was very intentional because I knew at some point I want to be a mother. And I believe every woman should be financially accountable of their own finances. I can't just say, oh, my brother is Marwa, so me, there's nothing I should do. I should just sit and relax just because I have people around me who work so hard. So I knew I want to be a mother, and so where will my kids stay when they come back home in Africa? Yes, they have a home in Poland. But what about when they come back? Are they going to be a burden to my brother's home? And he will also have his family. So I've never ever wanted to be a burden. That's one thing with me. I never want to feel like I'm a burden to anybody. So I started this project majorly for my future generation. When they come back to Africa to visit the grandparents, I want them to have a place called home. You know, home is home. So that was the major drive force behind me thinking I want to build. Where will my kids stay? I don't want to go and rent and just have, you know, problems with neighbors and all this. I wanted them to have a private place to call home and just live life just like any other kid around the world. Yes, and the fact that I know how Poland, the weather can be so extreme. Winter, I've been there and I experienced it. And it's not for the weak, more so when you're from Africa. So I told myself, when winter is so extreme in Poland, I want them to come back home and enjoy.
Enjoy life. What are some of the key things that are going to be in this home? You know, we're going to have a swimming pool. What are we looking at?
For sure, one thing, I always tell myself I don't want to be ordinary. That's one thing I tell myself. I don't want to be just like any other person. I want to be on my own and just be different. So one major key factors that excite me so much is the fact that I'm going to have 2 swimming pools, one at the bottom, one at the top, which will be an infinity pool. So the infinity pool is majorly going to be for me and family only. Then this now, when people visit me, friends, even neighbors or anybody, they can swim over there. That's the major key feature that I'm looking forward to have in this house. 2 swimming pools, top and bottom. And that really makes me work hard every day. You know, when your dreams are so big, all you care about is how am I going to actualize. When people are saying otherwise, you like, bro, my goals are too high to worry about what you're saying. I have to keep going. I have to keep the consistency. That's the major key factor. And also, you know, in today's world, modern houses have double volume. Those are modern houses standards. So my house is also going to be a double volume. But what really excites me above all is the infinity swimming pool. Because I've traveled around the world. I've slept in these world-class hotels that have infinity pools at the top. And the feeling being at the top, for sure it's lonely at the top. So I'm visioning myself when I'm, you know, when I slow down in life, I'm traveling so much. Maybe now I just hit 40. Now life begins at 40. I'm with my bikini at the rooftop. The dream of this villa is I'll be living at the top, at the rooftop with my infinity swimming pool. I should just be drawing the curtains, and what I see is the swimming pool. Just wake up in my bikini, deep in the water. Pool. That's my major goal. I love water so much. And that's what really drives me to keep going about this house.
How big is it?
I will walk you around and see how big it is. Right now, this is just but the beginning. You know, this is the ground floor, but I will tell you, it's, I would say 80% complete in terms of partitioning. Because here where you see they're building right now, we will walk, you will see they're putting the walls. And it's going to be glass. This place that you see has no walls. Just like Mara's house. You see the glass that he has all over the living area. That's what I'm going to have at the top. So this part here is going to be at the top roof. That's why no much is going here, because we are waiting for it at the top.
Man, so proud of you. Even just bringing this structure to life. I know, man, it's a lot of investment that has sacrificed investment. A lot of money has gone into this project. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You know, what are some of the lessons you've learned while building that someone who is also on this stage, or someone that envisions to put up a structure, can pick from you?
First of all, I would say being a young boss is not easy. I'm in my 20s. And I would say being a young boss, female young boss, is not something easy. It has taught me so much to do with leadership. You know, when your engineer is older than you, everybody around you is older than you, and you still have to keep the respect. You still have to stand on business. You still have to stand on what you want, you as a person. It takes a lot. And you know, we are all human beings. I'm not perfect. They're not perfect either. So the understanding level, to me, it has really grown in a very big way, because I haven't been a leader anywhere except here. So I've started learning everything from here. The days you'd come and you just feel disappointed. You know what I mean? The deadlines maybe haven't been met as you wanted. At the same time, you have to understand from the human level. They'll say, oh, at the quarry, things are not so good. It's raining so much. We can't get the bush stones in time. So you have to understand. So understanding is something that you have to build and still stand on business and try as much as you can to meet your goals. Another thing is being financially disciplined. Hey, before I started this project, oh my God, like looking back how I was spending money. As much as I don't regret on it, but I'm looking back and now I'm like, oh, so life is different. When you start building, you look at life differently. Until you know the price of nails, the price of marine boards, the price of concrete.
Cement.
You look at life so differently. When people are thinking about other things, your mind is literally on the other side. So it has really taught me a lot to do with financial literacy. You gotta know how to spend your money. And sacrifice is number one. My goal right now, I'm telling myself when I come back next year with my family, we have to move in here. So it keeps me going every single day. And another thing I would say is in terms of building, you just need to plan your finances. Just plan and have a goal. I didn't start this project having millions of money in my account. You start with what you have. But today, somebody will come here and they will think, oh, she's so rich. She has it all. No. What I'm doing is step by step. I get something at the end of the month. I know this month I'm buying sand. This month I'm buying concrete. Now it's metal. Now it's cement. Step by step. Although I know people who can build from scratch to top, but then I'm not in that position. I depend on my own hard work. So everything is step by step. just like I've said.
Yes, yes.
And one of the most interesting parts is when people get to hear about your dreams and they are like, who do you think you are? We think you're crazy, you're delusional. When I make videos and say, here I'm going to have 2 swimming pools, one at the bottom, one at the top. And people will be like, don't have a swimming pool at the top. It's too much to maintain. It's this, it's that. Who will maintain it? You'll be older and there'll be nobody to maintain it. Then I'm like, God will bless me with kids. They'll take over. Like, what do you mean? Just because it didn't work out for you, it's not a must. It's not going to work out for me. So they'll really tell me, forget about the swimming pool. Don't put it. But again, I remember them. It's my dream. Yours, just keep coming back to the channel and see how far I am. Even if it fails, it will be an achievement.
Good.
I'll tell myself, I've been in this shoe.
And the lesson has been learned.
Yeah, but again, the big question I always ask them and ask myself, why not me? Am I the first person going to have an infinity pool? No. So many people have had it. So why not me? Why not me?
Protect your vision at all times.
So one thing with me, I never listen to them. I just tell them, keep coming back. This is my dream, not your dream. Yes.
And I love what you people have done in the village.
Yes.
I mean, you guys have completely transformed this village. Just was driving around yesterday, walking to the shamba with your brother Marwa, and the many things that you guys have done has given this village a complete different look. How does that feel, seeing so many progress around here?
You know, it feels good so that they don't just look at you and say, oh, she's the only rich person around. Empower everybody, empower family members. Like you see, my brother empowered all of us. Everybody right now in my family, they have something to do on themselves. Everybody is developing. And that helps us to help each other. When I'm low, when I'm down, I'll call Mara and say, hey, you know what? I need $1,000. I need to do A, B, C, D. And he will help you. But if you're just the only successful one, when it rains, who will help you? Who will give you the umbrella? So it's really good to empower also people around you, because you never know tomorrow. If your friend or your sister or whoever or your neighbor is in a position to help, at least life gets better. Nobody has it all. Me too, some days I'll be like, can you help me, Apanga? I want to chop something here, and I'll walk to my neighbor, or vice versa. And life moves on. So it's good to empower also people around you so that you can help each other. Yes.
But also with empowerment comes a bit of criticism. You know, they say a prophet is never welcome in his own home. Not saying Marwa is a prophet, but just seeing him being the pioneer of so many activities and developments in this place, and also getting to witness some of the criticism and false stories around him. How does that make you feel, and how do you guys protect your peace of mind? Especially for him, how does it make you feel knowing you are the sister?
For him, I can't speak for him so much. I think he has already spoke for himself. For me, what I can speak about my own self is, whether you like me or you don't like me, it doesn't have any effect to my life. Let's be honest. If you wake up every day and say, I'm the worst person ever on earth, and the next one wakes up and says, I'm the best person on earth, does just saying that bring food on my table? It still lies on me whether I want to wake up and chase my dream. So for me, positive criticism is different when somebody will tell you, hey, maybe if you do this, you'll go far. Or if you add this, it will be better. That one is different. But when somebody just hates you for working hard, one thing for sure is, I don't know any person who criticizes me like so bad just because of hate that is doing better than me. There's nobody ever, or no one will criticize you and they are doing so good than you. Never. There's no single successful person who is never criticized and hated. Which one? Tell me.
Which one?
No one. And if you're not criticized and people are talking about you, it means you're doing nothing. You know, when I started YouTube, nobody used to criticize. That time I would see other people being criticized and I'm like, oh, wow. Nowadays you wake up and make headlines. People literally feed their families by Dee Mwango on the thumbnail, and my dogs and everything for them to feed their families. Isn't that a blessing?
It is.
Isn't that a blessing? Like literally my name would feed them. Isn't that a blessing?
It is.
And I always tell them, you'd rather be grateful. God put me into this world. You wake up and say, Dee Mwango, this, that, and your kids eat. your kids go to school, you'd rather be grateful and be positive about it.
Yeah.
Because my name feeds you. Like literally, my name feeds you.
And that's on period.
Yeah? So
yes,
that's enough.
that is powerful, and that's enough. You know, they always say, before they overrate you, they will underrate you. Cindy. But I want to wind up. It's been such an amazing time spending time with you and your family.
Thank you.
Being here, just, you know, going into different places and seeing the wonderful work that you've done. When you see young people like you doing this, changing the narrative and also helping develop Africa the way you've done, just this site alone is providing employment for so many people.
Yes.
You know, when you see you transforming a village into a tourist site for people to come and witness growth, how does that make you feel?
Even students from the US come to benchmark here. Can you imagine? All the way from the US, they come to benchmark here. It's something good. It really motivates us. You know, being around the world, you'll never be the same person as somebody who has never ever even left their village or their country. When you go out there, you start thinking differently. Don't give up. Keep chasing your dreams. It's possible. Don't you dare give up.
Don't.
If some of us from the villages that weren't even in the maps previously, we are trying to do it, you will do it even better. Some people are even on better levels in life from well-able families. You're even on better positions to do things. You're more even gifted. Just put in the work. And above all, God.
God. Above all, God. Thank you, Dee. It's a pleasure to finally have this conversation with you. I want to wind up. I already know our audience know where to find you. Of course, some of them are on your channel right now saying, we saw you at Lynn show, etc. But you've really had die-hard fans, people who have walked the journey with you, and they are like, go Dee, you're doing amazing.
And they've seen the growth.
And they've seen the growth, man, since day uno, you know, since day one. Looking at that camera, what would you love to tell them? And also remind our audience how they can be able to connect with you as we wind up.
Thank you. So Team D, I call them Team D. You guys, I love you so much. We've come from far together. You've watched the journey, and we're still not there. You know, I'm still trying to get there, but I believe God's timing and God's grace will get there. Looking back, it's because of you guys, the love and support. My real die-hard fans, they even fight some battles for me. I go and look at their comments, I'm like, wow, thank you. I really appreciate you so much. Thank you for being there. Thank you for walking the journey with me. The journey is not yet over. We're still there. Make sure you check out Lynn also. Subscribe to this channel. Okay, support her. She does amazing job. Stories and all that to inspire you. She does a lot. More so when she does farming stories and all that, like when you were at Guardian Angel, I was like, wow, I love this story. A lot of stories. So you be inspired. So make sure you subscribe here. And Team Lynn, please check me out, Dee Mwango on YouTube. I do a lot. I do a lot, and I'm still trying. And please be positive in life. Instead of criticizing people, encourage them. If you have nothing positive to tell the world, please keep quiet. Go even sleep. Yes. I'm a huge believer. We get what you receive what you give out there. Shukran sana. Guys, as always, never say me I don't bring you stories that inspire you. I mean, I was just looking at Dee with so much admiration. You have to really appreciate, and also, you know, her positive outlook towards life is actually my take home today. I mean, when she says God has never failed her, man, you can see why. You can see why. It's admirable that she has this so much positivity towards life, and that's a take home for me as well. So you know how we do it. You have been here, you've watched this show, and you have enjoyed this conversation, and you've been inspired. The only favor you can do for me is go to her channel. It's on your screen right now, and it will be pinned on the comment section. Please go subscribe and leave her some beautiful words, and let her know that you saw her here, and she has definitely
definitely inspired you as well, right? Really happy to be in this village. You know, yesterday as I was sitting and having a conversation with Maro, I kept telling myself, you really never know people until sometimes you meet them, you know, until sometimes you get to experience them in person. You really never know people. I would encourage you in your lifetime, try to visit this village and see what positivity and I don't know what positivity and just kujituma can do for you. If you can, come and check this place out. I've been so inspired by so many people here, and that's why I even wanted to bring you this home. I know today we've not gotten to go deeper into the house. I can't wait for it to be done so that I can visit again and show you guys around. But as you can see, this is also a stage in life that some of you are in. Please do not give up, all right? Thank you for continuing to reclaim your identity through the soil. You know, there's this person who says Africa is ours and it's our business. The guy that lies to us every other time. But I feel like when we say Africa is ours and it's our business, we mean it. So I hope you've been inspired to continue reclaiming your identity through the soil. And of course, there are people who are looking for places to call home and who might not be fortunate maybe to have a village that they can also build in. Sometimes some people leave home for different reasons. So if you're looking into a place to call home, remember we have a beautiful community around Kanya Farm and Hekalu. They just launched their project, their Zion Gardens. Check it out. They have beautiful pieces of land for you, and the contact details are on the screen. I make sure there is water, there is a good secure fence for you, the roads are well demarcated, and also it's near Kanya Farm where we can be able to build a community together. But as you check out Hekalu, please make sure that you are checking out Yaval. 10 minutes away from our farm, there is Yaval, and Valerie and Hatim are also doing an amazing job bringing you properties that have great amenities. So check out Yaval also for beautiful pieces of land. And for me, it's just to say thank you. We started this theme intentionally and consciously because I wanted you guys to be able to take your resources careful. Land is our number one factor of production. I wanted us to take our resources seriously, okay? Land is our number one factor of production. And as Africans, we must become aware of that statement before it's too late. So I'll continue definitely visiting other creators in this region. Man, I also creator to creator, very, very inspired. You know, sometimes when you're sitting with your fellow creator and you're seeing what they are doing, man, kuna energy. Like me, I'm so psyched. I'm so psyched. I just want to go back to Kenya now. And God, do something.
Even I always tell my subscribers, if you're having such a project, invite me. I just want to come and see and just feel inspired by what you're doing. And guys, I forgot one thing.
Go on.
If you're a parent, always pray for your kids. The father I am, my mom's prayers.
Beautiful.
Even
your mom was just, and she was just here to say hello. Man.
Pray for your kids.
What do you want to tell her? I know she'll watch.
My mom is the best. She's the reason of who I am today. And one thing I've come to realize, even as I get into the journey of parenthood, being a present parent means a lot. Kids will never forget. When I started earning money, I prioritized my mom. I made sure I bought her a nice car to drive. I made sure she sleeps in a good house. I made sure I bought her first nice bed to sleep in. Parents are a blessing. If you have them, take care of them. Even guardians are parents. People who have helped you grow, don't forget about them. May God bless our parents.
And thank you for that as well. All right. So guys, allow me to go. We'll definitely have another show for you the day after tomorrow at 10 a.m. But for now, go and do what we do best here at LNN. Go show Dee some love and let her know we are Team LNN and we mean we are serious people. So go support her. And thank you for the amazing team from LNN that travels with us when we are having this conversation. I keep saying, you get to see me here. If I was to pan this, you will see a lot of people behind these cameras that make this dream a reality. So be inspired and never say, I don't give you good things. Sawa sawa.
I do.
I do. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.